Greetings, hello, my name is V. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well by the time you see this video. Are you ready for another deck review? This is on the Enchanted Map. That's right, I'm really excited to get to this one. So first of all, what I do before I even do a deck review is I bond with my cards so that I have opinions to say and so that I can show you how I connect to them. And so, what else? The third thing is so that I already saw the images. Because it would be kind of weird if you saw them first before I actually got to bond with them. So I actually used these, oh yeah, I like to put them on my pick a card readings as well. And then I'm going to do a reading on the person who created this book and also a general reading for everyone else watching. So let me just open this real quick. So inside, first of all, I love this box. I love boxes are like a deal breaker for me. Sometimes I just prefer to have a nice keepsake box just in case I want to put little trinkets in there, or just so, they look great on top of my shelf, they look great. I just love them. So awesome, awesome. Nice, cool box. I love this book. It's very in-depth. Everything from soup to nuts for each of the cards. There's a little blurb on top of the page, like underneath the card. So what I like to do first, what I like to do is bond with my deck. I have a little special system that I have. I bond with my deck. I use the deck in my pick a card readings, and then once I have like a more opinions to say and all that stuff, then I share them in my deck reviews. So if you would like to see my system of how I bond and get more acquainted with my deck, then let me know and I can make a separate video. So I like this book. It's pretty cool. So I will tell you the ones that I had difficulty with, the ones that didn't connect with me at first, and then I had to go back, shuffle them again, put my energy into them again, gaze at the images again, and then they finally came to me once I did all that and then went to the book for the reference. So we have the name here, the name of the card. So this one's called Balancing Act. And then underneath we have a little blurb. You are calm within, no matter the fluctuation of outer conditions. So this was created by baron-reid. Thanks to my father figure who purchased this for me. I actually saw deck reviews on this one, and then he bought this for me. This is a surprise, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually have my own deck now. So I love the imagery. You'll see very soon. So very in-depth book. I love it. Very cool. Cool, look. So there's a lot of information here. But the thing is, when you look at the pages, it's not that much information for the card. It's just like a little blurb here. Then they actually she goes deep into the card. But then we have the reverse side of it. But it's easy to digest. It's not overwhelming. But there are 54 cards, and there's like 2 pages for each card. But the book is pretty small, so of course it's going to be a little thick. Anyway, yes, she actually has a YouTube channel if you're interested in seeing what she has to offer on her channel. She has this new Oracle program too. All right, let's get into the cards, shall we? Let's just do this. Dive right in. That's what you came for, the nitty-gritty. I'm going to shuffle, and I'm going to do readings like I said. I'm going to have this deck down below if you're interested in buying it, or if you want to see what other people are saying about it. One Ring Circus. Unexpected Visitors. So for me, okay, this means that you're taking on the duties all by yourself. You're in control. You're in the lead, king of the jungle. You're the mastermind of it all. But I also want to remember what Colette said in the book, just to see how they, see if they compare, if they're the same message, and just add in something from her twist, her interpretation. So Sad Embrace, Magic Prayer, Details. So I love that they look like they're on wrinkly paper, like irons paper, old paper. It kind of gives you that map feel, right? It's so cool. It's a really cool concept. Magical Map Shifter. This to me means open your eyes and see things for what they are. Don't be oblivious. Really, really pay attention. Awareness, and I feel like this is like the buddy system. It's like it works hand in hand Wizard of Awareness. Open your mind. Open your third eye chakra. Look. Not just like, you know, glance, but actually look and see. See, you know? Okay. And observe. You know, and be quiet. Just observe. Observe, take it all in, analyze it. That's what this card means to me. We have coming to life. Magic stream. This is one I had trouble with. I'm like, magic stream, what does this mean? I don't know. I read the book. I was like, you know what? Let me just trust my intuition. But I just couldn't get something. I couldn't get it. And then I went to the book. I'm like, okay. Now I know what you were getting with this. So I feel like with this now, and now I feel like it's like go with the flow. Just let it roll. So she did help me with that. Because I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to do here. Water and grass and the egret. What? And you know, I should just focus more on my intuition. But I guess I wanted to go to the book. Get a little cheat. Strength. That's really cool. I like that. Deep freeze. I think deep freeze to me means do nothing. Just sit there. Slow down a little bit. You're rushing through life so fast. Same thing with this, stuck in the mud. You're stuck in the mud? Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to try to get yourself out? Or do you want to just like, you know, stand a little bit? Stay there. I feel like these two go hand in hand for some reason. So, you know, with the elephant, I feel like okay, so in quicksand, if you move around a lot, you dig yourself deeper. So just stay there a little bit. Let the mud harden a little bit. And then you're able to get out a little easier, if that makes sense. So don't push yourself too much. Or don't do too much, because you're just going to sink, you know, dive deeper. Rock bottom, hidden rock bottom. And this one is like reversible. That's pretty neat. Hidden rock bottom. Or you can just pretend that you're looking down. You're up high and everything down below is hard. The very bottom of of your, I don't know. You hit a hard place in your life. We have Dragon's Lair. And I did use these cards, so if you want to check out my readings. Like I said, I bond with them and then I use them in my pick a card readings and then I do a deck review. So first things first, like with this, I thought it was said Oregon. I had to get used to the font. I was not used to the font at all because, you know, yeah, I'm just not used to this. I've never really seen this font before. So this is an actual D. So it's dragon. Dragon's Lair. So this to me means basically a place that you don't want to be. That's all I'm going to say. How did you get here? You've done some crazy stuff in your time, and now you're at a place where you're trying to dig yourself out of it. Kind of like rock bottom. You're hitting rock bottom, and now you're in this ugly place, this scary place. The karma bites you in the butt. Now you're in the dragon's lair. Uh-oh, what are you gonna do? This little thing, this looks like an eye to me. It's kind of creepy. Mountain. How can you overcome this big obstacle, this big mountain head? What are you gonna do? You're gonna go over it? You're gonna go around it? Through it? Can you go under it? Some obstacles here. That's how I see it. Compass. And that, look, it kind of goes with this. They're not quite the same. I mean, this could be the cover, and then this is how it looks when it opens. But we have, yeah, compass on the cover, and here in the deck. That's pretty cool. Just in case you need this as well, you know. Direction. Coming apart. Balancing act. Field of dreams. Listen to your dreams. Write down your dreams. I had a lot of dreams last night. I'm like, man, what? And then what happened to me? One dream, I was thinking about something in my dream, and then the next morning, I came across something that was like in my dream. I'm like, what in the world is happening here? So they mean something. Your dreams are very important. Write them down if you want to. Metamorphosis, cool. Home. Listening. Ghostlands. I do have to remember what this means again. Oh, that's right. Here and now. the in-between, it's between the here and the now, that little in-between space. Like the transformation, the change. I don't know how to explain, but based on the book has something similar, but it goes more in depth. But for the Ghostlands, I feel like it's just like we need to focus on the now. Stop focusing on the future. Focus on the now. I feel like the now, we're neglecting the now. That's where I'm getting the Ghostlands. Like, everybody wants to rush. Okay, what am I gonna do at 5 o'clock? And it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. So instead of rushing, slow down a little bit, enjoy the now, focus on the later another time. When you're in the car going home, then you can focus on what you're gonna have for dinner. Come together. I like that, with little hearts. Dry desert. So the font was it took me a little while to get used to it. I'm like, oh, dry desert. I see that's a D. So I'm gonna shuffle very soon. Solitude. And I will do 2 readings, one for Colette and one for the general, for the collective, whoever's watching this video. Movement. Heal the ouch. That is so cute. So yeah, a phrase. There's a phrase here. We have words here. Goblins. Follow the leader. Goblins. I don't know. Face your fears, or fear is in your head. That kind of message. That's what I'm getting with that. Intention. Ride the wave. You're on the road to success. Enjoy it. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's what I'm getting. Spirit of place. Into the unknown. Talisman. So I'm like, what does this mean to me? This one, I was really stuck. I'm like, I can't understand what this means. What does that mean? So I looked it up, and it means like learning your lessons, like lessons learned. I'm like, okay, that's you know what? I mean, it goes more in detail, but that's what I got. That's the gist of this card. Learning your lessons. Peaks of joy. Protecting treasure. Slow and steady wins the race. It does. Commitment. Rescue. Now this is pretty interesting. We have a lot of things happening here. We have the balloon, the air balloon. We have the hot air balloon. We have some foliage here. We have a chimney here. We have this little mountain here. We have a waterfall here. So it's like a floating island or something with a hot air balloon in the sky. So that was pretty interesting. And then if you look closely, there's a little woman right here in the tunnel. So you can get a lot, and sometimes with me, I feel like if I pay attention to the wording, then I don't pay attention to the imagery. So I'm really trying to, connect more to the imagery, evoke thought. But, sometimes I can get a little direction. So I do go by the book and the wording. But I want to eventually try to, stay away from books sometimes, because then I depend on them like a crutch. I depend on the words from the author, and then I'm like, oh, but wait a minute, I forget what this means, and then I got to go back to my book. So it's good. Just go by your intuition with these oracle cards. Spark. Because everybody has their own interpretation, their own imagination, their own intuition. Flying. Like this to you can mean something completely different from flying, So use their interpretation or your own. What does this mean to you? This could mean that, okay, if I didn't look at the word flying, this could mean that someone is exploring a new part of themselves. This person probably wore a lot of black, and now they're wearing lots of color. And now they're feeling free, and they want to explore more and see what else they can get into. And now they feel confident. Okay, that's just my interpretation. You are free to use your own. Storm fields. Ooh, the kitchen is getting hot. The storms are brewing, or the tea kettle's hissing at you. It's making that crazy sound saying, get me off this fire. I don't want to boil anymore. The tea, I'm ready to make tea now. I'm tired of being a hot water pot. No, I'm just kidding. Stormy fields, just something wicked coming, approaching. Encouragement. Did I read that one already? Yes. Did I? I don't know. Oh no, that was the other one. The two giraffes loving each other with the balloon, heart balloons. But now this is the mother encouraging the daughter or the son, or the father encouraging the daughter or son. That's pretty beautiful. I like that. And you know, we did feed giraffes just recently. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Amazing. An experience I'll never ever forget. My husband, my daughter, we all had a blast. Moonlight. Trust your intuition. Use your intuition. Go by your heart and your brain. When you guide, you know, when you lead with your life, go with what your heart desires, what your mind desires, what you strongly feel. So that's education. I love that. Opening up a book, little fairy coming out of it. An egret, he wants her to tell him a story. He's like, please share what you know. Share. Cleaning house. Cool. This kind of reminds me of like Cinderella. Sacred pool. Now this to me, I kind of have to, you know what, I'm not going to go by the book because I mean, I do appreciate the book, but I really, you know, I don't want it to hinder me from going far with my messages. So I'm going to say that this means you got to replenish yourself. What replenishes you? Watching a good, funny show? Does that, you know, because laughter is good for your soul. Or hanging out with your friends, does that uplift you? Drinking some good smoothies with nutrients and, you know, healthy, nourishing foods, does that replenish you? Yes, it does. So sacred pool, go somewhere that's going to recharge you, like a recharge, like a outlet. Put your plug in an outlet. What is going to give you some juice? Sacred pool, that's what it means to me. Golden place, or palace, sorry. Golden palace. Is that the reward or your home? You built something strong and now you have your home. You get to come here and relax. It's safe. You have warmth. You have good AC. You have food. You have your people. You have all the tools you need. Wide open. Gentle gardener. This to me means be careful with what you plant, or be careful what you put out into the world. If you put out negativity, you're gonna bring that back to you, or you're gonna, you know, put a damper on other people's plans. You're gonna be like raining on other people's parades with your words. So whatever you put out, you're gonna get it back 3 times over. So be gentle with what you say, what you do, how you treat people. The bone collector. Oh man, this is the first card, and when I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this deck already. I love this deck. So the bone collector, you are whole. You are complete. You have all the bones you need in your body. You are complete. You're whole. You're whole inside and out. And if you get it reversed, maybe you're not whole. Maybe you need to do something to complete yourself again. Maybe you're feeling incomplete. Maybe you're feeling like you're missing something. So I like that there are reversals. You know, look, you can reverse it. Cool. And finally, making a choice. Make a choice. What choice will you make? All right, so now I'm going to shuffle these bad boys. Okay, now I'm going to shuffle these so you can see how they shuffle. So what I've been doing this the whole pull system. Like that. And they're not so big, they're not so small, they're perfect size. All right, so I'm going to do a spread. Not a spread, I'm sorry. You can do that too if you like. Do that shuffling. All right, so I'm going to do a reading for Colette. Colette, what do you need to know right now? What do you need to know right now? Let's see. And I'm going to have all of Colette's websites and her shops where you can find this. She's also on Amazon. These cards are on Amazon, so whatever's easier for you if you're interested. So a message for Colette, message for Colette, message for Colette, message for Colette, message for Colette. What's a good message for Colette? This is what Colette looks like. This is her picture. So let's get a message for Colette, message for Colette, message for Colette. All right. Rock bottom. Whoa. Wait, it came out like this, right? And I flipped it. All right. So rock bottom. I will go to the book. since it's reversed. So it's reversed. Okay, so rock bottom in reverse. So maybe you were in a tough spot. Maybe you were trying to get your business up and running and things didn't work out for a while. And maybe you've put in a lot of money into your projects, and you didn't see anything coming from them. Maybe you were spending so much money putting into them, but you didn't see anything coming out of your efforts. And now things are reversed. You're no longer hitting rock bottom. Things are finally coming, you know, coming full circle, and you're finally able to see funds. Your funds, the fruits of your labor, you're finally able to enjoy them. And you're like, wow, so it just took some time perhaps. So rock bottom. I'm gonna see what Colette says in her book, since we have it in reverse. So, if it's reversed, this card is a symbol for addiction in all forms, subtle or obvious. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results will never provide you with what you desire. At this moment, there is nowhere else to go, and you're facing the end of the road. If you fear change, be willing to change. Surrender your wants to a higher power. Ask for truth and allow humility to be your guiding force from within. You will always get what you need. You're only a victim of your perceptions. Take heart because you can't sink any further. The only way to go from here is up, and wondrous things awaits you. So that is if it's reversed. Now, right side up. As difficult as it may be to accept it, it seems that you've reached a point where you can go no further in the same manner in which you've been doing things. So yeah, okay, so reverse. So you're ready here, down below. Now come up, rise up. So that's her interpretation, and mine was that for, you know, Colette, I feel like, you know, maybe things weren't working out for you, and now you're finally seeing the ends of the rainbow, the lights in the tunnel. So that's what I have for you, and for the general message for the collective, who else is watching, let's see what I have for you. Let me put this back in there. So if you have all your cards, then it totally makes a difference, you know. So 54 cards. Now let's see, general reading. Whoever's watching this right now, other than myself, because I do have to edit my videos, what message do you need to hear right now? Oh, okay. Listen. Listen to what? Be a better listener, perhaps? Are you always talking over people? Are you so quick to, let's see, jump the gun and not really understand what people are trying to tell you? You know, sometimes we can predict what our friends want to say, and then you automatically think they're about to say something. You're like, yep, I've been there, done that. And they're like, wait a minute, you don't know what I'm saying. You don't know what I'm trying to get at, what my point is. And you're like, oh. And then when they explain to you, you're like, oh. So I'm over here trying to predict what you're you know, wanting to tell me, or I'm you're like, you're just trying to, you know, I guess you don't want to waste time, you know, so you're just trying to just get the word out there, but that means you're not really listening. You got to listen to your friends, listen to your family. What are they trying to tell you? And same thing goes for you. Like if you have a message and people are, you know, pretending to hear you and they're really not. They're just hearing what they want to hear, or they're just trying to get what they want to say. They want to speak. They want to be the one that's speaking the most. Or, you know, like some people just like to take on the whole conversation, and they're like hogging the conversation, and you're left feeling like you wished you had more time to speak your truth or speak your, you know, your fun moments. What if you had a lot of things to share, and they're talking over you and interrupting you and not letting you get your point across? That's a little frustrating. So maybe you need to ask your friend, please listen to me. I have something to tell you. What I wanted to tell you, and then you can chime in afterwards, is that blah 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 blah. Please listen. So anyway, I think it's a two-way street. Listen and be heard as well. So that's what I have for the general reading for the collective, everyone else watching. Like I said, if you like this deck, the link will be down below to the shop, to Amazon and her website. She does have a YouTube channel. I'll have everything that you may need. And I'm going to reach out to Colette as well to let her know that I reviewed her deck. And I have other decks by her, so look out for those. Check out my deck reviews playlist too. while you're at it. I'm Reid. Thank you for your time.